Moyamudia, 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 Muchame, Mubanga Megumisa, Minamia Nuka, Mumpajama to Kamu, Mushutumio, Mushutumi, Munumi.
Tonight, heavy security forces deployed in Kwahu in the eastern region after armed officers forcefully picked up the Queen Mother and other persons in connection with chieftaincy disputes in the area.
Yeah, we have a lot of policemen over there. They call for reinforcement from Afram Plains and other areas.
Well, we'll bring you details as the Inspector General of Police direct Police Professional Standards Bureau to investigate circumstances surrounding this dawn's operation. This is the story brought to you by Telecel, Connecting Energies, and also by Holy Insecticide Spray and Coil. Enjoy Holy Sleep and Shield Pension. Trust into the future with you. Now, heavy security forces have been deployed in the Kwahu district of the eastern region following a tense standoff. Earlier today, armed officers stormed the Kwahu Palace, taking the Queen Mother, Nana Adwoa Gyamfuah III, into the custody amid report of a simmering chieftaincy dispute in the area. The Kwahuhene, Daasebre Akuamoah Boateng III, was also arrested when he arrived at the palace to assess the situation. The police operation was reportedly carried out in connection with a court directive related to chieftaincy dispute. However, exact reasons for the arrest remain unclear. We'll bring you details of the police post shortly, but listen to the DC of the area, Kwahu East, Samuel Kojo, who has been speaking on this particular development.
Police has issued that order. The last time I spoke to some of the chiefs, they were at the police headquarters, and they confirmed that the Queen Mother was there. And it's well over 3-4 hours now. I've not called back. We were having a series of meetings here and there. So as at now, I don't know what is happening exactly over there, but I want to suspect that by now she has been released.
And how about the chief? There are claims that his whereabouts is unknown.
When I spoke to some of the chiefs, they told me they were there with their Queen Mother. So the two of them were there at the police headquarters.
There are claims that currently there's tension in the area. Can you confirm this? And how is DISEC managing the situation?
The situation is very calm at the moment.
But has security been deployed to the area?
Yeah, we have a lot of policemen over there. We met at DISEC and we discussed the way forward. The DISEC members went to the place to verify things. And when we went there, the place was very calm. At the moment, the regional police command, the division, and the district, they were all there when we went there.
How many men have been deployed so far?
They called for reinforcement from Afram Plains and other areas.
So that's Kwahu East DC Samuel Kojo speaking to Joy News earlier. My colleague Kenneth Jesse joins me in studio with more details on this particular developing story. Ken, let's start with the fact that Kwahu Traditional Council has issued a statement on this particular matter. Bring us up to speed on what they say.
Well, indeed, Brace, the Kwahu Traditional Council says it wishes to correct misinformation circulated by media outlets alleging that Nana Adwoa Gyamfuah III, the paramount Queen Mother of Kwahu, has been abducted. They say that this report is entirely false. Now, the statement continues to say that following the interlocutory injunction issued on the 24th of June 2024 by the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs in favor of Daasebre Akuamoah Boateng II, the Ghana Police Service acted pursuant to the court order to secure the peace. The injunction, they say, restrains Bafo Osayakoto, who has been styling himself as Kwahuhene, together with the Queen Mother and others, from interfering with Daasebre Akuamoah Boateng II's occupation and duties at the Abene Palace. The police intervention, they say, was necessary to prevent clashes that could endanger lives in Kwahu. It continues to say that they wish to state clearly that the Queen Mother does not reside at the Abene Palace, nor do any of the individuals who were arrested. It says that contrary to circulating rumors, no abduction has taken place. It has further come to the attention of the council that the Queen Mother has engaged thugs in an attempt to forcibly take over the Abene Palace and has issued threats intended to disrupt the legitimate work of the substantive Kwahuhene, Daasebre Akuamoah Boateng II. All persons arrested by the police are currently in lawful custody and are safe and in good health. The statement concludes by saying that they have copied the official order issued by the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs for public reference. That's how it ends.
Now, we also do understand the Inspector General of Police has directed PIPS to investigate the conduct of the officers involved in today's raid. What more is in the statement?
Rightly so, the IGP has directed the release of the Queen Mother of Kwahu, according to a statement that they released earlier. They say that this follows an operation by some officers this morning. The IGP has further directed the Police Professional Standards Bureau to conduct investigation into the circumstances surrounding the operation and any officers found culpable sanctioned. Meanwhile, security has been intensified in and around Kwahu to ensure the security and safety of all persons. The police statement concludes.
Thank you very much, Ken Jesse there. Let's bring in Mustafa Abdallah. He is a senior researcher and deputy head of programs, peace operations, stabilization, and peace building at the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center. I'm grateful to you, Mustafa Abdallah, for joining us here. Now, how should the police go about dealing with issues concerning chieftaincy dispute in this country?
Yeah, I think, thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, chieftaincy institution, as we all know, is part of our governance structure. It's part of our governance structures in the country. And they play a very key role. Hello?
I'm listening to you, sir.
Yeah, okay, they play a very key role in terms of our local governance structures. And for that matter, any issue relating to conflict where any chieftaincy institution is associated, we need to approach it with care. And so my suggestion is that, as I indicated, it's a very revered institution, and it's also part of our governance structures. So the IGP, as he directed, that the chieftaincy, the Queen Mother be released, is in the right direction, because you realize that when you go to the traditional level, you realize that the chieftaincy or the chief Queen Mother or the chief actually command a lot of respect, and therefore any attempt to arrest her would further bring more violence within the community. So it's very important, as the IGP has directed, that she be released and further investigations be carried out to understand the issues and be able to address it in a manner that will not degenerate into further violence.
If you listen to the statement from the council, they seek to say that, well, the police went there to perform a legitimate role to ensure that the paramount chief of the area has a peace of mind to operate. Now, how does the police operate in such a circumstance when there are two feuding factions? The IGP thinks that the Queen Mother must be released. The traditional authority also says, well, the police went there to ensure that the paramount chief is able to do his work in a peaceful environment. How must the police approach this particular development then?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, the traditional authority, as I indicated, is a very key institution in terms of our local governance structure.
Yes.
But if you also look at the constitution, the primary role of maintaining law and order resides with the Ghana Police Service, and the IGP is the head of the Ghana Police Service. So in this very circumstance, the instruction from the Ghana Police Service, I think, should hold sway over any decision by the traditional council. But what we need to do is that if the Queen Mother is released, we need to give her a protection. The Ghana Police Service need to give her a protection while mediation efforts continue between the paramount chief or between the chieftaincy institutions within the Kwahu area and the other stakeholders to be able to find amicable solution to the problem.
Okay.
But as of now, the instruction of the IGP should reign supreme. But again, he needs to also give protection to the Queen Mother and begin to engage in terms of finding amicable solution to the problem.
Kindly hold the line for me. Let me bring in the DC of the area, Samuel Asamoah. I'm grateful to you, sir, for joining us. As we speak, what's the situation in the area? Hello, Mr. Asamoah.
Yes, sir.
I'm grateful that you joined us here. I want to find out from you what the current situation is in the area.
Thank you very much. Greetings to all your listeners. So far, the situation is very calm. Abene is very calm at the moment.
Okay. Still, police presence. Do you have that presence there, as indicated?
Yeah. What is happening is that I think you already have the story. The whole thing started at dawn today, around 3:30, 4 o'clock thereabout. And around 8:30, 9 o'clock, we convened that meeting. We decided as to how to go about it. And because at that time, the Queen Mother and the chief, the paramount chief, the two of them have been taken to Accra, we decided to place so many calls so that regional minister and the others will help us as to how to go about it. And so after our dissect meeting, we moved to the place. Fortunately enough, the police people who brought the other chief to the palace took him away, and currently the local police are in Abene protecting the palace.
So, can we confirm that the Queen Mother has been released?
The Queen Mother has been released, and then the paramount chief too has been released. In fact, I spoke to some of Nananum, as at the time they were at police quarters, and they confirmed that the Queen Mother and the chief were there. But after some time, when I called, about 2-3 hours, when I called back, I was told that the two of them have been released.
A statement the Traditional Council, the Kwahu Traditional Council, released earlier sort of created the impression that the Queen Mother, intended to obstruct the Kwahuhene from performing his legitimate role. How is the District Security Council dealing with this particular matter?
Actually, my brother, when it comes to chieftaincy matters, you are all aware that we are not supposed to get ourselves involved. When it is about chieftaincy, we leave it for Nananum and the law to take over. As for dissect, we have the mandate, but we focus on the security aspect of it. We only try to make sure that there will always be peace in the area. When we see that security is at risk, then we can move in to make sure that we restore peace and order. But as for the chieftaincy issues, it is for Nanano and the law to control it. But so if you pardon me, I cannot go into it.
Yes, I don't want you to go into it, but when the causal factor to that peace or that disturbance of the peace is something you can deal with, why not go into it?
Yeah, it's about chieftaincy, as I said. I understand. Currently, as we speak, it looks as if we have two paramount chiefs. That is how it is looking at. That's how it is looking like. And so, like I said, I will not go into it. The law should take its course. The matter is with the law. In the law court, Nananum are actually dealing with it in the law court.
And
So,
how is DISEC working to ensure that this does not destabilize the peace that you're enjoying in the area?
security is always alert, and frequently we meet at DISEC level to assess the situation. Frequently, almost every now and then, DISEC meets to assess the situation. And I have very serious, hard-working security personnel in the area who are helping us to maintain law and order.
So, okay, how did this incident then happen? I mean, when the security, as you say, are on top of their job in the area?
Come again.
I'm asking, you've said that you have very capable hands managing security in your area, and I wanted to find out from you, how did this incident then happen?
It's like sometimes you try to do whatever, but people can also take you by surprise. Like I said, the whole thing started last Sunday. I think that was the Sunday before this last Saturday. The whole thing started, and then it's like the security moved in to arrest the situation. So we met at DISEC on Friday. Like I said, we closed from DISEC meeting around 5 p.m. We were assessing the situation, and we were trying to look at how we can, maintain peace and order around the Abene and its environs. Until this dawn, this thing happened. By then, it got so good. My police commander rushed to the place very early in the morning, and as he was there, he was giving us updates. So he came back to join us at DISEC, and then later on he went back. Now, we are in control, but sometimes nobody knows. People can take us by surprise. We are in control, actually. The fact that at the end of the day, there's no casualty, it means my security personnel are in control.
I'm sure you've heard the IGP directing the Police Professional Standards Bureau to conduct an investigation into the circumstance surrounding the operation, and that officers found culpable must be sanctioned.
Yes.
I mean, per your briefing, where did these officers come from? Your area or Accra?
That much I cannot tell, but the information we picked, the intelligence we picked, was that they were coming from Accra.
Which means that you didn't have the involvement of the police in your area?
No. They all came from Accra. And the fact that they took the Queen Mother and the thief to the headquarters means they came from Accra.
Now, as head of DISEC for the area, what did you tell the police when you heard that some people came out of your jurisdiction to perform an operation in your area without the consent of your security personnel?
That is for the security officers to answer, because currently in the Kwahu area we have regional police command at Impraiso, and then divisional command at Nkwetia, and then the district command at Abitisi. So this question, they are to answer it. If people are coming from police personnel are coming from Accra for such operations, whether they were informed or not, that much I cannot tell. That's why I'm saying that they have to answer it. And then let me also mention it once again that because it is chieftaincy matters, I cannot seriously go into it.
Okay, all right. I hope to see a day where you can invite them all to sit and see how you can broker peace in the area, because that's your area. When it's peaceful for all of you.
Oh yes, of course. It looks as if the chieftaincy matters are becoming too much, especially in the Kwahu district. We have about 3-4 areas where these problems are still going on. But then we have reported it to the higher authority, and we know that they will come down to support us. To resolve this issue.
I'm grateful to you, Samuel Asamoah SDC for Kwahu East. We still have Mustafa Abdallah. He is Deputy Head of Programs, Peace Operations, Stabilization, and Peacebuilding at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. I mean, you've listened to the DC there. What are the key points for you? And from what he shared, how do you think this case must be, handled going forward?
Yes, I think it is a sensitive matter. Chieftaincy institutions, even though they are also under the law, but it is also a very sensitive matter. And the way the IGP gave the instructions in terms of first releasing the chief is in the right direction, because it helps to calm down her followers who perhaps might engage in other violence behind the scenes.
But when you hear the DC confirm to us that the men or the police personnel who came to undertake that operation came from Accra, must that be the standard procedure of the police dealing with chieftaincy matters?
No, I think that is a challenge to me as I listen to him, because if you look at the Intelligence Agencies Act, which was revised, that is Act 1020, when the police is working, according to structure. We have the national headquarters, we have the regional security council, we have the district security council. So there should be a coordination between the national headquarters, the regional, and the district or the municipal when operation is being undertaken. Because to move from the national headquarters to carry out an operation within a district without the knowledge of the district security council create difficulties for me in terms of coordination, also in terms of the official sanctioning of that particular operation. How can an operation be sanctioned from the national headquarters without the knowledge of those who are on the ground? I think that is a major gap that we need to look at in terms of moving forward to be able to address similar challenges.
Well, should the head of DISEC, the DC here, must be aware of such operations if the chain of command must be followed?
Yeah. He must be, because he is the head of the security within that particular district or region. And so for any operation to be conducted without his knowledge, creates difficulties for cooperation in terms of dealing with a security challenge. And so what has happened currently means that the authority of the Regional Security Council or the District Security Council has been undermined by this particular operation. And that creates difficulties in terms of what we describe as a synergy between the various security agencies in terms from their operations at the national headquarters, regional headquarters, and the district headquarters. And so moving forward, I think that difficulty, that we need to address this particular gap to be able to ensure that there is cooperation between the national level and the district level in such operations.
Do you support the investigation being called for by the IGP?
Yeah, it's very necessary because we are not too sure now whether they were officially sanctioned from the national headquarters, from the national security, from the Ghana Police Service. And so the investigation sanctioned by the IGP will reveal the true authority that actually sanctioned this particular operation and for what purpose. Okay. And so that is very, very important for us to be able to begin to put in place measures to address the challenge in terms of the difficulties between the Queen Mother and then the other paramount chief.
I'm grateful to you, Mustafa Abdullah, a senior researcher and deputy head of programs, peace operations, stabilization, and peace building at Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. And that has been Top Story, brought to you always by Telecel Connecting Energies, Holy Insecticide Spray and Coil, and also by Shield Pension Trust. Into the future with you. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. Up next is Newsnight after this.